I guarantee you all will love to watch this video because my team did a great research about collecting the best MMORPG 2026 that will break the mobile market and attract the player to play. Most of the game I will mention will be released on mobile and PC. Like and comment to support this channel. Please enjoy the video of Top 13 Best MMORPG Mobile 2026. Don't skip, you must watch. You guys can support this channel by sending a super thanks, and our team will appreciate that. Scars of Honor. I'm a big fan of classic MMORPGs, and this game comes with the exact gameplay of what the glory MMO should be, because nowadays the anime art style is way too dominant in the mobile game industry. In fact, the developer is telling us so clearly if they would make it become free-to-play MMO or no pay-to-win MMORPG, which is a perfect combination for me. The game will be set in the medieval era where the villagers look so authentic. The ambience, atmosphere, and how we can interact with them will respond with a different dialogue based on the answer we choose. It has a survival simulation base. The player can gather some wood, cooking, mining, fishing, and surely crafting. The combat movement is really amazing because the player can slash the enemy while moving freely. It will create a dynamic combat look. The developer are pretty focused on the PvP content. In a large scale of war, a group PvP or PK mode, or player kill on a certain area. Scars of Honor is the most played MMORPG 2026 for mobile and PC. Honor of King's World. This game is one of the most ambitious MMORPG that I have ever seen in my life. They try to create every single thing that looks so detailed without any single exception. Every gameplay footage they show, it always has a massive progress by the visualization, graphic, effect enhancement, and also gameplay. They seem to focus on introducing their mainland culture by adding some Chinese theme aspect on every object, especially the character design and how the environment and building architecture look like. But I would like you all to focus on the gameplay because this thing is the most satisfying mechanism of MMORPG on cross-platform, and I'm sure you will love it as well. So, the player can make an air combo and keep hitting the enemy while in the air, unleashing the attack, releasing the skill, and not letting the enemy land to the ground until their HP is finished. That sounds so interesting, right? While exploring the world, we can use some action like gliding, skyboarding, climbing, and also release the zipline to hang on the higher building. Absolutely, the best MMORPG for Android and iOS 2026. Neverness to Everness NTE. This game is absolutely interesting. Can you imagine every time this game launches a new gameplay footage or trailer? On his official YouTube channel, it's always getting so much viewers. Every single video was always watched by over 5 million players. This number is really crazy. The gameplay will set in the modern fantasy world with a very unique phenomena mystery. It has an exploration base in a very busy world. All of the NPC seems pretty real, which make the player can do so much random activity within a sandbox gameplay, and surely we can make a great interaction in the urban city environment. The main features is a real-time hack and slash game. The player can switch the hero while in the combat, create your own combos by doing a chain combos or synergy strike. The elements will take a crucial part as well. Unleash a cinematic ultimate skill and you must be enjoying all of it. Kill your time by participating in the random event or get a ton of side quests. The atmosphere seems pretty realistic from the morning to the night. Some of the players say this game looks like GTA games like because we can drive a vehicle, even doing a drift is possible. Final Fantasy XIV Mobile. This game got my interest so much. It looks super good as a mobile MMORPG. Behind this game project is the most powerful game company in mobile history, which is Square Enix. So I will guarantee if this game will become no pay-to-win MMORPG. The visual just remind me of a classic MMO from the architecture, the color rendering, the animation, and how the graphics are perfectly optimized for mobile platforms. If you are a Final Fantasy fan, I am sure it just looks so aesthetic, and you all can easily see a similarity of the art style. The combat mechanism is pretty smooth and so dynamic. We can make a combination action by tapping jump and attack button. You know, even we can do an attack while we are moving. Everything looks perfectly made. The sharpnesses make me feel like I'm playing a PC game, but I can hold it in my hand. Ride the Kokobo, explore the immersive world of desert, forest, and abandoned city. Final Fantasy XIV Mobile is the best new MMORPG 2026. Mabinogi Mobile. This game pretty much look like a real fantasy anime MMORPG, but it represents a medieval vibes. Look at how the villagers' appearance and how they all seem so good. Even we can easily find so many carts or wagon that used to work. It's a pretty small thing but makes a huge attention to detail for me. Everything is crafted beautifully. We can help the villagers, cooking, crafting, gathering, and many more. The gameplay mechanism is a hack and slash game. All players will love to see it because the combat is quite slower and not like the other anime MMO with a fast pace. Surely, this action will make it look realistic. Basically, it's kind of a tap and click base, but we need to keep moving when the enemy launches the area of effect range. It has a story-driven base. No wonder we will see so many animation cutscenes, and most of the dialogue will be represented by the visual. By the way, this game franchise is well known as a PC MMO, but right now the developer decided to continue the sequel into the mobile platform. Mabinogi Mobile is the best new MMORPG 2026. Aras, Rise of Guardians. This is a new brand of MMORPG that comes with a futuristic look and also sci-fi concept. No wonder all of the objects will represent a robotic form. It will show us how fast-paced MMOs with a realistic look are, which I mean it's not kind of anime based. The game will set into a different planet which is not on Earth. The best thing that it has is the player can freely change the suit even when you are in combat. The weapon and also the whole skill will be adjusted based on the suit you are using. As a robotic base, we can fly using a jetpack and see how the space sci-fi work in the planetary war. It has a huge skill party that you need to do on participating in a boss raid. Even we can play up to 25 players on the raid mode. There is a co-op features and also multiplayer. Of course, the most important thing is a teamwork and manage the role class we need to join. It will focus on the end game grinding. Once you reach a higher level, after we clear requests, counter-attack, blocking, indulge, or some action we actually need to master. Aras Rise of Guardians is the best MMORPG 2026. Aion 2. I remember how an MMO called with a perfect world was so popular back then. Right now this game has similarities in the gameplay, where the player can explore the world freely by flying, yet it's flying. Even we can do a combat while you are flying. What a magnificent gameplay, right? Slashing the enemy, unleashing the skill and lock the target from a higher altitude will give you a new game experience then. I think this game is the only MMO that can do an air battle. I really hope the other games developer will make a new innovation and I will really appreciate it. Aion 2 has a seamless world, which I mean we will not find any loading screen while we are moving into a certain area. So you need a high endpoint to render the new area that you want to explore, unless it will become a bit laggy. The PvP content is available to do, so you all need to always raise your combat power. It's playable for cross-platform on mobile and PC. 3 of SAWERIA Mobile Extreme. Did you know I'm so speechless seeing this game come to mobile, because I used to play on PC platform before, but right now it comes to mobile with a way better graphic look. This is a significant improvement on how the device can handle a massive player of MMORPG. Because the fan is pretty fanatic and didn't know exactly how the TOSM Extreme looks like. Sometimes I feel like it was made by a hand drawing, like any watercolor tools. It just looks so aesthetic and different. Let's get back into the gameplay. It has a similar mechanism as a PC version. We can ride the pad, get some ally or partner to fight side by side, and even we can develop the partner's status point. The skill animation is quite simple. We will not have any special skill animation. As I remember, it's kind of a hard grinding MMO. If you are a free-to-play player, of course you can improve the hero status through the progress. TOSM Extreme is the best new MMORPG 2026. Dragon Sword. I am so happy to have this game on my hand. In fact, the developer did a very good job by optimizing the game on the mobile platform. I'm sure you will never see any single laggy on my gameplay, even though I have set it on the ultra graphic setting, but the entire gameplay ran amazingly. It doesn't have any loading screen as well, but the rendering system is absolutely amazing. I would do a hat off to appreciate their work. The game's visuals are outstanding. It's pretty good representing what a fantasy world looks like. The hero's design is pretty charming and similar within any Dragoness character. No wonder the team behind this huge project was the ex of the DN team. It will be the best option for the player who prefer to play a Dragoness game on the highest level. The game's combat mechanism are attack team based, so we can freely change the hero while we are in battle. It will trigger an entrance attack to deal an extra damage. Skill animation is superb. Dragon Sword is the best new MMORPG 2026. Azur Promilia, one of the most anticipated game RPGs right now, will be it. Most people said if this game will be a Genshin Impact killer or a Wuthering Waves competitor, because the graphic looks pretty similar and how the art style seems so charming, but it has more features that we actually can do, like a monster companion system. So player can let the pet work for us and it will guarantee an auto gathering system like planting or mining on the home base. It's pretty important to make resources production. Of course, as a player, it's pretty helpful, while we just need to be concerned about hunting the monster, so we can set the formation for up to 3 heroes. The party will take in a real-time battle, which means we can switch the hero whenever we want. The element advantage effect will take a crucial part in making a higher damage number. Overall, it has a super fast-paced combat with a flashy color base. Even sometimes, I can't see any action movement because it's way too fast. Do an exploration by riding a pet, we can fly freely as well. Azur Promilia is a really good open world RPG game 2026. Duet Night Abyss. I've tried it several times in beta and I love to see how the anime game RPG nowadays is pretty good at making a beautiful music theme. It's just so adorable and relaxing, and it might remind you of the golden memory of your life, especially when you come to the main town. The musical is one of the best part when you experience playing it. As an RPG game, it's pretty good to see a character can hold 2 different main weapons together, which is for long range and also close range. Can you imagine playing an RPG but using a gun as the primary weapon? It feels so strange to me, and even all of the characters can use it. The game is set on the dark fantasy theme base. No wonder the music and how the storyline is telling us about a mystery that we need to seek about the truth. While exploring the world, we can make an interesting movement like parkour, jumping from one building to another building and hanging on the sky by releasing the zipline. RF Online Next. I was born with this game's title, which is on PC before, but I see a huge difference between this new version and also the old one. The previous version is about a war between 3 different races, which is Belato, Acrasia, and Korra. It was so fun having a duel between this faction. Unfortunately, on this new version, which is RF Online Next, all of the faction has been united and we all will face a new main enemy that tries to conquer the world. Now, the game is set way more advanced and almost everything was designed with a robotic base. The gameplay is super interesting. We can freely explore the world by a jetpack and reach the further location. The game's combat mechanism is a tap and click base, so we need to tap the enemy on targeting and we don't have to move the character unless the enemy does have heavy damage through a hazardous area of effect range. Silver Palace. Have you ever imagined having a mobile game with this graphic look? It's just unbelievable. I can't imagine when this game comes globally in my hand, because it will become a cross-platform game for mobile and PC, but I will try to remind you all if you need a high-end phone to run it. It's a seamless open world without any loading screen that will allow the player to explore the world freely, which is the phone will need a lot of effort to render the graphic on the further side. It's kind of a combination of a 3D realistic anime MMORPG. That's why the shadow, the sun glare, and the post-processing looks super sharp. I love how clear the combat is. It's not too flashy on every skill effect, making the player will see the whole combat moveset even clearer. Remember to like this video and see you on the next list. Thanks.